Okay, calling the 10 a.m. Ways and Means hearing to order. This meeting, including the audio and video of remote participants, is being streamed live on YouTube. You will find links to viewing options for all Senate meetings on the live and on-demand video page of the legislature's website. In the unlikely event that we have to abruptly end this hearing due to major technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business on Wednesday, March 31st at 10:05 in this room. A public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. For people participating remotely, all testifier audio will be muted and video disabled until shortly before it's your turn to testify. In an effort to accommodate as many testifiers as possible, we'll be enforcing a 2-minute limit on verbal testimony. A timer will be visible for testifiers. If there are temporary glitches during your turn to testify, we may have to move on to the next person due to time constraints. We appreciate your understanding and remind you that the committee has your written testimony. I'll be reading a list of those who submitted written testimony for each measure. We apologize if the closed captioning doesn't accurately describe your name. If you're interested in reviewing your written testimony, please go to the legislature's website. You will find the link on the status page of the measure. Okay, first item, House Bill 321 HD1.
Yeah, good morning, Chair, Vice Chair. Our testimony, we offer comments and just some technical amendments on the proposed SD1. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Members, any questions? If not, next testifier, Hawai'i Tourism Authority.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, members of the committee, Hawai'i Tourism Authority stands by the testimony submitted offering comments. Thank you. And we'll be here for questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Tom Yamachika.
Thank you, Chair, Senators. Tom Yamachika from Tax Foundation of Hawaii. Just to be clear, we submitted testimony on both the bill that was originally being heard, and the proposed Senate Draft 1. The proposed Senate Draft 1 is in the late section. We will stand on our comments and be available for questions.
Thank you. Okay, I think that's all the approved testifiers who signed up. What's that?
Taxation and Cricky, right?
No, but they didn't sign up to testify.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
So we have testimony from DOTAX, City County, Maui County, HSAC, Kohala Resort Association, who oppose. Grassroots Institute comments, Hawaii Lodging and Tourism Authority, Fairmont Orchid, Tax Foundation. Okay, next item, House Bill 53. We have DOTAX, I'm sorry, BNF. Next item, House Bill 133, relating to capital gains, DOTAX.
Yes, Chair, we have comments to this bill. If you want me to give you the revenue impact, I can. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you submitted that in writing already.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
Any questions? Senator Marwaki, did you have a question about your possible amendment to DOTAX? You're on mute.
If I look at the Tax Foundation testimony, I guess, should I wait until after the Tax Foundation presents, or can I ask?
I thought she had a possible amendment for the next bill. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll wait then.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Hawaii Children's Action Network speaks. Nicole.
Oh, aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. Thanks for this opportunity to testify. I'm testifying in support of HB 133, which raises the capital gains tax. We know that the legislature is facing revenue shortfalls for the next few years, and a lot of the social service providers, like preschools that we work with, are really afraid of facing budget cuts. We know that preschool Open Doors, for example, is facing budget cuts. So this is one tax provision that is really targeted at the wealthiest people in the country and in this state. And raising the capital gains tax rate would raise their tax to be like that of regular individuals who work for their income, paying regular tax rates on investment income. So we're asking you to pass this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Okay, Tax Foundation.
Thank you, Chair and members. Tom Yamachika from Tax Foundation of Hawaii. We will stand on the written comments and be available for questions.
Questions? Senator Moriwaki.
Good morning, Chair. This is remote data staff here. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties with hearing you. Are you possibly able to move your right mic towards you closer, please?
Okay, Senator Moriwaki.
Thank you, Chair. It's in relationship to, Tom, your testimony, Tax Foundation, and maybe Isaac can come on, Tax Department. You state that the federal system for short-term capital gains tax is taxed at ordinary income and not with a capital gains tax rate, which is lower. Is that applicable, or is it being used now in the state law, or is that just federal? Are we following that federal law?
That's mostly federal law. In the states, a number of states do tax capital gains at ordinary rate. And I do mention that a little bit further down in my testimony. However, most states do not tax at the rate that we do. Most states' tax rates are lower than 7.25%.
So, Isaac, do you have any response to that? That we could follow conform to the federal of taxing those short-term sales at a ordinary rate instead of the capital gains tax rate?
The short-term capital gains is taxed at the ordinary rate. I think Tom can either confirm or deny that.
I'll confirm that.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
So we are doing it now then?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
So the second question is in Tom's testimony as well, is that this bill does not change the maximum capital tax rate on corporations. So this applies only to individuals and not corporations in the sales?
That I don't know. Tom, can you help me out on that? I think it applies to all capital gains, right?
The capital gains for corporations rate is a different statutory section. I think it's 235.71.
Senator, I can get back to you, but I think it's the same. But I'll get back to you on that.
So it should be taxed at the same rate across the board, shouldn't it? To be fair, individuals and corporations, if we're going to raise the capital gains tax rate.
No, I think it's a different taxing scheme. So I can't answer the fairness question, but I'll look at the rates for corporations, Senator, and I can get back to you on that.
Yeah, right now in the corporation side, I think it's under 235.71. The maximum corporate rate is 6.4% and the capital gains rate is 4%.
Right.
It's low.
So the capital gains rate is pegged relative to the maximum rate for that class, I believe.
So just not to make it too complicated, but if in fact we were to raise it at the same rate, would that be comparable? Because it is a different, I guess, system of taxing for corporations versus individuals, or is that is there a way of making it fairly comparable?
So Senator, I think you're asking, should we change the corporate capital gains rate to match the individual rate? Is that what you're asking?
The rate, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's a policy call. You can go ahead and do that. I mean, that's something that you folks will decide. But yes, you can.
So, so Tom, do you have any assessment of that, or whether any other jurisdictions do that? Is that just, would we be out of sync, I guess, with the rest of the states?
I haven't researched that particular issue on corporations, no. I did find the statutory reference is that it's a 23571.5.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, next, testify, Advocacy Coalition, Derwin Tiranishi.
Good morning, Chairman. My name is Darren Teranishi, and I attend the Waipawa Aloha Clubhouse, and I'm a part of Hawaii Clubhouse Advocacy Coalition, and I'm in support of Bill HB 133. So I believe that the increase in the capital gains tax is a necessary and fair assessment to those who can contribute to their profitable income towards the budget deficit during these unfortunate times. The increase will help to keep needed funding for essential services and programs to continue. For those in the mental, is a huge part for our recovery. So that's why I'm in favor for it. Thank you.
Thank you. HSTA.
Hi, thank you, Chair Dela Cruz, Vice Chair Keith Agaran. HSTA speaking for Corey Rosenlee, President of the Hawaii State Teachers Association. We are in support, and we just want to point out that for capital gains tax, Hawaii is one of 9 states that taxes capital gains at a lower rate than any other state. So there's 9, only 9 of us. So this is a good tax to raise. Most of the income that comes from capital gains is from the ones who earn the most. To make our system fair, yes, that's what we need to do. Thank you.
Members, any questions? Hioki, right? Flora Patton. Okay, is there anyone else on that wanted to testify on 133?
Sorry, I'm on, but okay, my name is Flora Patton. Aloha, Senator Delvin Dela Cruz. And I go to Waipawa Aloha Clubhouse for 11 years. I am part of the Hawaii Clubhouse Advocacy Coalition. I am support of HB 133. People that makes much more income than others should contribute their fair share of tax, especially when we have the defect. I have learning disability and I need the service that the clubhouse provide. I cannot afford to have this service taken away from me. Thank you for considering my testimony.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Okay, if not, the total, I don't have, it's not separated, but if the staff can separate it in the future. The total amount of support was 29, opposed was 8, and then there are 4 comments. So if you want to read the rest in written testimony, it's online. Okay, next item, House Bill 1041, Bill tax.
Yes, Chair. We're good to go on this particular measure. Thank you.
Okay. Tax Foundation.
Thank you, Chair and members. Tom Yamachika from Tax Foundation. Basically, what I think needs to be done here is, some kind of language that puts in the non-code provisions of the Consolidated Appropriations Act that you want to conform to. I think the jury is still out on what would be allowed under Section 9901 of the American Rescue Plan Act, as the testimony from Budget and Finance illustrates. But I think there is a separate bill floating around to incorporate those in a more nebulous way, and I think specific language is better. I note that both DeoTax and the Foundation have given you possible examples of language to use, and we are hopeful that the non-code provisions can be conformed to in such a manner. I'd be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Okay, if not, next.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Chair, so, so HB 1041, can you guys hear me? I don't see any.
Who are you asking?
You, I guess. Okay, there's no sunset date. Should we have a sunset date or just
No, we're
changing the law?
No, we're conforming
You're
to whatever the
conforming.
feds are doing,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, okay.
So every
So-
year, as they change tax laws, there's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
always a new conformity bill.
Okay, okay. All right, got it. Thanks.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, next item. There's nothing on 1115.
So there's one testimony, but they're not as part of it.
Yeah,
What's that?
he doesn't want to do Zoom.
Okay.
It was Craig K. Carra, the Director of the Department of Budget and Finance.
Okay, I guess on House Bill 1115, we have one testifier, but BNF doesn't want to be on Zoom. Okay, if that's, why don't we're going to defer decision-making on all items till tomorrow, 10 a.m.
So you're not gonna go through the 1298 and 99?
No, 1298 and 1299, we took off the agenda because we're going to
Oh.
post the SDs.
Oh, sorry. I guess I have an old
Yeah,
one there.
so that
Oh,
way,
okay.
we can get all the departments to testify
Yeah,
on,
yeah. Gotcha.
on the new SDs.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll adjourn and we'll have decision making tomorrow at 10 a.m.